What's up guys, this is your boy the average KOAM 98 over here, back with another video looking extremely silly. But today we are gonna look at how to build King of Atlantis Aquaman, the Raidmaster KOAM, and how to even build it for a couple of things, like two phases. One is like a critical build and one is like a specific build for phase 2 in fight against boss Brainiac, and we are gonna do it as fast as possible. So let's jump right into the video and look at how to build King of Atlantis Aquaman. So let's jump right into the passives of King of Atlantis Aquaman. So the first passive is Building Tsunami, which kind of gives 50% damage buff on per use of special 1 and 100% damage buff on special 2 or special 3 getting used. So this stacks up to maximum of 600%, like as you can see here, only in raid mode. So basically you want to get that 600% damage boost as quickly as possible so that you do consistently more amount of damage throughout the battle. So if you are using special 1, it doesn't help a lot because 50% only, so you will need to do special 1 12 times to get the 600% boost. So it's advisable to do the special 2 and special 3 fast, so that like you kind of gain the buff as soon as possible. So let's jump into the next passive. The next passive talks about how to kind of even disable the super move of the boss that you're fighting against, and this is very effective in phase 4. So like at the 5th level of the passive you get 60 seconds for disabling the super move. So the super move basically remains disabled for 60 seconds, and also you like a power drain 3 power bars. So nothing much to explain here for this passive, so we will jump right into the next passive. So the next passive is basically the reviving passive for King of Atlantis Aquaman, which kind of indicates that if you have a certain amount of power bar left and you are getting knocked out, the amount of power bars that is left, you're gonna get revived with that percentage of health. So 10 power bars are the maximum, so per power bar 10% of health is kind of getting gained. So if you have like 8 power bars, when you are getting knocked out, you will recover with 80% of health of King of Atlantis Aquaman. So this is also a very nice passive to have, but we'll right now kind of focus into the abilities. It's mainly special 3. I'll not jump into special 1 and special 2 because special 3 is the one which is the significant one. Let's look at the special 3 over here. So it says the key part here is 10% of opponent's current health reduction. So for example, in tier 7, if a particular boss is having say 38 million health left, that means 10% of 38 million, that amount of damage should be done by the special 3 of King of Atlantis of Aquaman. So 10% of 38 million works out to be 3.8 million, but there is also a part of this passive which says that this ignores defense. Like here you can see at the end, health reduction ignores defense but can be affected by blocking or passives. So the passives for the bosses indicate that one damage from one single attack cannot go beyond a certain amount. So for raid 7 and raid 8 in league raids, the damage is 3 million, 3% of like the total health in raid 8 and 5% of the total health in raid 7. So you cannot do a single hit more than 3 million damage in tier 7 and tier 8. Also, it is advisable for all of your league mates to kind of go together when you're trying to do R7 and R8 so that you maximize this amount of damage. Because for example, if only 12 million health is left on the boss and you decide to go in with King of Atlantis Aquaman, it will not help at all because you will be getting 1.2 million like SP3 damage from one single SP3 hit, because like as it's mentioned here, 10% of opponent's current health is the key part here. It's not the maximum health. So okay, so now that we know what the special 3 does of King of Atlantis Aquaman, let's directly go into the build. So let's look at the build that I have currently for King of Atlantis Aquaman. This is a grid build, and I'll not say this is the most optimal build because the most optimal build will have maximum critical attack damage and fast attack chance of 69%. But from the attack standpoint, 5632 attack is what you want to have. Let's look at the gears here. So you can see, like, from a gear perspective, a King of Atlantis Aquaman already gains 15% defense just like that because of the gears that he's gonna have. So, and at gear level 70 you gain like a 24% total of defense from the first gear slot. So totally, like, you can have 44% defense. You don't need to invest anything at all in the defense talent. I have an epic roll, that's why my defense is 56, but I'm trying to get rid of it, but with no luck. So basically what you want to have over here is a critical attack damage of 300%, critical attack chance north of 70, the fast attack chance at least 52, but better advice is to have it at 69%. And my talents are not good at all, so you can have armor pierce if you want, but also, like, instead of that, it's kind of better to have like a critical attack chance here so that you can re-roll the gear to having one more attack slot, so your attack will become 5922. So that's how you build a critical attack build King of Atlantis Aquaman, which is very effective against all the phases save phase 2. And if you want to build for phase 2, what you want to do is very simple. So you just put all the money on defense and fast attack chance and attack. That's it. So in the most optimal build that you're gonna have around 6502 attack on King of Atlantis Aquaman, and fast attack chance, like I mentioned, of 69%, and you want to maximize the defense as well. So like I said, like, you already get a 44% defense from the gear effects when maxed at level 70. So you just want to have 3 defense rolls on the talent, so that will add up to 36, which is basically crossing the threshold of 75% defense on King of Atlantis Aquaman. So that's right for the build for both the phases, like a critical build and for like a phase 2 build. Now let's kind of look into the team compositions that you could use. So I personally kind of like using Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd as and Shazam and King of Atlantis Aquaman, although that does compromise a bit on the Batman Ninja team. But I personally have a preference for using this team because Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd kind of reduces the defense of the opponent, as well as kind of generates power automatically on the lethal attacks that Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd does. And so you can basically start spamming King of Atlantis Aquaman's special 3, which does a lot of damage, especially with the buffs that it gets from the passive that it has. So this is a personal favorite team, but let's kind of even break it down into the different phases. So for the critical phases, you still want to use Shazam on your team, and you could switch around with like a Dr. Fate to reduce the power cost of the specials that are gonna be used by King of Atlantis Aquaman. So I think these are a few of the changes that you can actually use for the critical phase. And if you want to fight Horrific Scarecrow, you just want to remove the gears from Shazam as well as Dr. Fate and do a solo using King of Atlantis Aquaman, and you can easily do around 18 to 20 million plus damage with the build that I have shown for R7 and R8. And also to jump into the phase 2 part, so you just have to use again a power cost reduction character like Power Girl or Dr. Fate, or also you can use one of them as a tank. And you'll have to have a preference to use Shazam, but you can also use other characters like Speed Force the Flash if you don't have maximized fast attack, like you are struggling to get the talents or struggling to get the perfect gear rolls. You can use that. But if you have like the character stats that I have mentioned, then the best team to kind of even use for phase 2 is Shazam as a tank or Dr. Fate as a tank, and I like King of Atlantis Aquaman doing its own thing with the solo aspect of fighting against phase 2 boss Brainiac. So that's it for this video, guys. This is your boy, the Average Gamer 98 over here, signing off. If you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to like and subscribe and share among your friends. And again, this is your boy, the Average Gamer 98 over here, signing off. You guys take care, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye.